A verified account impersonating pharmaceutical giant Eli Lilly on Twitter has apparently led to a drop in the actual value of Eli Lilly, with a drop of about 5% or roughly $20 billion. So, I'm going to get to the amazing details in this story and also give you some fair context here, as it's not completely clear to me that this parody account is what led to this drop, but I'm going to give you all of the information and we can figure this out together. So this was the incredible fake post. So if you don't know, essentially Elon Musk has now opened up the ability to pay $8 to get a blue check mark on your account so it appears you're verified. Well, this brilliant plan has led to all sorts of parody accounts from all sorts of people. A lot of hilarious results. This was one of them. We are excited to announce Insulin is free now. So this, of course, is not the real Eli Lilly official account, even though to any passerby it may appear to be. But that is what was tweeted out. The real Eli Lilly account, which is LilyPad on Twitter, came out to say, "We apologize to those who have been served a misleading message from a fake Lilly account. Our official Twitter account is LilyPad." After this tweet, though, I'll get to there's another fake account coming up. But Bernie Sanders here replying to the real Eli Lilly, saying, "Let's be clear. Eli Lilly should apologize for increasing the price of insulin by over 1,200% since '96 to $275, while it cost less than $10 to manufacture. The inventors of insulin sold their patents in 1923 for $1 to save lives, not to make Eli Lilly CEO obscenely rich." And I'll get to a little more on just the insane cost of insulin in a second here, but these are incredible facts, and people should really realize just how you're being screwed by big pharma and by private healthcare companies generally. But hours after the fake Eli Lilly Twitter account said insulin is free, another fake account popped up with this message saying, "We apologize to those who have been served a misleading message from a fake Lilly account about the cost of diabetic care. Humalog is now $400. We can do this whenever we want, and there's nothing you can do about it. Suck it. Our official account is LilyPad Co." So here is a fake account bragging about the cost of pharmaceuticals. Now, this is the result of all this. Eli Lilly dives after fake Twitter account promises free insulin, takes its competitors, Novo Nordisk and Sanofi, with it. So all three have seen a drop in their share price. I'll show you that in a second. But here's the drop. So it's about 5% or about $20 billion. Now, I will give you real context here. So you see the drop here. You can zoom out. So this is over 5 days. Zoom out to 1 month. Doesn't seem like such a big drop anymore. Zoom out to 6 months, and you can see they're doing just fine. So this company, is not ruined because of this, but it is fun to see that drop. Now, here are the competitors. So Novo Nordisk, Sanofi, also down. There's Eli Lilly. Now, it's worth giving you some context here, as yesterday, around the same time as his parody account, Eli Lilly loses migraine drug patent trial to Teva. This may be the real reason for the drop. So I don't want to give the false idea here that this parody account is definitely the reason that the share price dropped, but this would be a real reason, I would imagine, for it to drop. But again, this is still a fresh story. It's impossible to know for sure what caused this as of recording this, but it's worth mentioning that this did happen. Now, on the cost of insulin. So the cost of the 4 most popular types, this is an article from 2019 from Vox. The cost of the 4 most popular types of insulin has tripled over the past decade, and the out-of-pocket prescription costs patients now face have doubled. By 2016, the average price per month rose to $450, and costs continue to rise, so much so that as many as 1 in 4 people with diabetes are now skimping on or skipping life-saving doses. This is the real tragedy in all this. The fact that these companies are able to get away with this. Now, there has recently been a limit a cap put on this with the Inflation Reduction Act passed by Joe Biden and Democrats that now limits monthly cost sharing for insulin to no more than $35 for Medicare beneficiaries, including insulin covered under both Part D and Part B, and no deductible will apply. So from my read of this, this still only really applies to Medicare recipients and isn't just a general cut across the board. And the effective date on that is next year. So it's good to see some cap put on the cost of insulin here, though clearly it's nowhere where it should be. It's just to give you some context here. It costs 10 times more in America, insulin does, than it does in Canada. So Canada has real price controls on insulin and other pharmaceuticals. The US largely runs wild, so it is still a massive gap. This will bring it down a little more, at least for Medicare recipients, but it's still nowhere where it should be. But if that Parody account really did take down Eli Lilly and other competitors in the insulin space, it's just perfect. Twitter has been a complete disaster under Elon Musk, but this is a silver lining. The fact that major companies like Eli Lilly can actually be financially impacted by a verified Parody account.